Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Sean. We are starting a new series this week called Do Something. It's about injustice, which brings up something that I really do love and admire about Generation Z, these students. And that's probably more than any other generation, they are aware of injustice in the world. A lot of it has to do with social media and the internet in general, just having access to all this information. But they know what's happening and they know it's wrong and they want to do something about it. And that's an amazing thing. The unfortunate part is that can be a big burden on our students because they see all these things, but they don't know what to do about it. And that's something that we'll be talking about during this series. How can we be more aware of the injustice in our world? And how does God want us to respond to that injustice? Because ultimately, God does want us to do something. But first we have to see it, and that's what we're talking about this week. Before we can do anything about injustice, we have to be able to see it. We'll be talking about that scripture when Jesus says, whenever I was hungry, whenever I was in need, you did nothing, you didn't help me. And people responded with, what are you talking about? We didn't see you hungry, we didn't see you in need. And Jesus says, whenever you ignored all those other people who were in need, who needed something, who were hungry, who needed clothes, whenever you ignored them, you ignored me. And so Jesus just calls them out and says, you didn't do anything because you chose not to see the need. So we're going to start there. Before we can do anything, we have to be able to see the injustice. And as parents or grandparents or just someone who has influence on students, I think we can do our part by talking about things that we have seen in our lives that we knew just wasn't right. During this series, feel free to talk to your student about times whenever you saw injustice and just talk about how that made you feel. Talk about it over dinner, talk about it while you're in the car or whatever. They need to know that you see these things and that it bothers you too. And who knows, maybe that will strike a conversation about an injustice that both of you see, and maybe y'all figure out a way to get involved and actually do something about it. So that's what this week looks like. I hope that your student can make it to small groups this Wednesday night from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Until next time. Peace.